Hello, this is Peter with another video, and today is the 7th of March and I'm going to be uncovering my Musa Basjoo. So those of you that have been following my channel for a while will know I've had this Musa Basjoo planted for a few years now. It's actually just gone through its third winter in the ground, and yeah, I'm quite confident this year it's going to be absolutely fine. As you can see, still completely upright. And we've had a relatively mild winter overall. Did have a couple of cold spells, but they didn't last very long this year, thankfully, and they didn't get quite as cold as it did last year. And even last year I didn't see any damage, so I'm pretty sure these will be absolutely fine. Just for reference, I'm stretching up quite hard to reach, and I can feel there's already a leaf coming out the top of this one. So it's definitely grown already under here. So yeah, I'm going to get this plant jacket off and then we'll have a look underneath. Okay, so you can see all the mulch down there has actually started to break down, and didn't actually cover it right to the base because I had a good layer of mulch there, but it has compacted down now. But yeah, you can see all the main stems are all perfectly intact, and there's some new growth starting to come out here. I am stood on a step here, so it looks shorter than it actually is. But yeah, I'll get these unwrapped, these individual pseudostems. We'll see what they all look like underneath. Okay, so they're all unwrapped now. As you can see, no dieback on the top. This is where I cut off the old leaves, so they're all still intact. I've got new leaves coming out the tops already on each of these larger pseudostems. This one's pushed out quite a lot actually, and this one at the back also looks pretty good. And even some of these tiny ones at the bottom here, which I didn't even wrap, just had them underneath the plant jacket. You can see even those are still intact mostly. The tops have shriveled up a little bit, but that's not a problem, they'll push right out in no time. This little tiny one here, again just the top bits turned to mush a little bit, but still firm down there. But yeah, to be honest, I'm going to be removing some of these smaller ones anyway. Don't need too many of them. Mostly want to focus on just the larger ones to get them to a flowering size. So yeah, the reason I unwrapped these now is mostly because we have reasonable temperatures. So I've not seen any temperatures on the next 2 weeks below 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. So we should be fine for these plants because they can take a light frost anyway. In fact, most days it's going to be 4 or 5 degrees at night. So these won't even get any frost damage anyway. But yeah, even if it got down to 1 or 2 degrees, these will be absolutely fine at this size. But the main reason I wanted to get them unwrapped now is because we've got fairly dry weather in the forecast, not got any rain. It has rained a lot this winter. You can see these stems quite damp, the outer layers are very wet. Well, now I've taken all the fleece off, they should start to dry out a little bit, and yeah, that should help prevent any rot or anything like that. So yeah, definitely a good idea to get your Musa Basjoos uncovered if you see decent temperatures, especially at this kind of size. As I mentioned, they're much hardier anyway at this size. Probably could have got away with not protecting these this year. But yeah, I didn't want to risk it because of the fact that these are now getting quite close to a flowering size. Maybe this year, maybe next year, we'll see. Hoping I'll get a flower at some point out of them. So yeah, definitely looking good this year. Hoping now, as I mentioned, we don't get any more super cold weather. I think even if we got down to 0 degrees, I'm not going to cover them. If we got down to maybe -1, -2, I might just put the green frost cover over the top. I'm not going to wrap each individual stem again. It's not required until next winter, I don't think. Assuming we don't get any seriously cold temperatures yet in the next couple of months, which is less likely. Now we're in March. I also do have a small one that I planted at the front of the house, which I didn't cover at all. That one did freeze down to the ground, but that was only a very small plant, probably not much bigger than this one here. But I have seen some of the pups around it. I'm not going to show it in this video, but I'll leave that to a separate video. But I can see the pups seem to be alive, so I think that's going to come back as well in the front garden. I might feature that, as I mentioned, in a separate video. So yeah, overall looking pretty good. I'll definitely keep everyone updated on how these get on over the coming months. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll be sure to keep you all updated on how my Musa Basjoo does this year. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.